All right, so this is a video of when I went to Hawaii, and I went on a whim. Just didn't know how to surf. Didn't watch any YouTube videos. Didn't have an instructor. Nothing. I just decided to go surf in Hawaii because I thought it'd be the best place to learn. It's just it was a lot of reasons I wanted to surf, and so I went to Hawaii. I had no clue what I was doing. The first mistake I could tell you right now, looking at this video again, is I am so high on this board. It's insane. Like, I'm literally getting nowhere because I'm sitting just way too high on this board. Two, the paddling is just absolutely atrocious. Like, straight, just scratching at the water, grabbing at nothing. I can't, like, I don't really, it's a miracle I even made it anywhere out there. I'm just burning a ton of energy, like, just literally out there. It's insane. So this is the paddle out. I'm basically just paddling, fighting, because not only am I just absolutely really high on the board, I'm just paddling incorrectly. The only thing about my form that's correct is just one at a time. But again, there's no real form to it. It's kind of just frantic. So these are things I would definitely avoid if I was a beginner. And if I were to start over again, I would adjust where I'm sitting on the board, because you definitely want to leave space for the rocker to hang out of the water, because as you see, my weight is pushing it under the water, causing it obviously to cause more drag, making it harder to paddle. So, and just makes it hard to getting anywhere. So now you're not only fighting the water, the different movements of the water, you're fighting yourself, your weight, all this, a bunch of stuff. It's really, really, really bad. But after a continuous battle, I managed to somewhat get near out the backish. I'm eventually going to get a little bit further, actually closer to where the lineup of beginners is at canoes, I would say. I wouldn't really know because I haven't been back yet. I'm planning to go back. So, this is a good time to actually overlook this footage. But basically, my intent at the time was to catch the smallest waves possible. So I knew what a wave looked like. And there's kind of I knew what a wave looked like. I didn't understand how to get a wave. I didn't understand the paddle and then time, get into the peak, paddle, get on top, once you feel the lift and you go. No, like, I had no YouTube video, no advice, no one. The only thing I knew is people said it's like skating. So I thought of it like skateboarding. And so I was like, well, you got to get on the board. And so that's what I did. Just jumped on the board a bunch of times. At this point, I was not comfortable with the ocean yet. And so I was really scared a lot of times. So there was a point in time, like right here, where a boat came. And so I'm not good paddling on the board, not a comfortable swimmer and waterman. I'm literally just in full panic mode right here. Like, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get out the way of this. I gotta get out. But somehow I actually managed to put myself in a little bit of a better position on the board. A lot more of the board's hanging out, so actually it was easier for me to paddle at this moment and get through. Again, still my bad paddling posture and just bad technique is still gonna make it harder, but having the board under the water is gonna make it like 10 to 12 times harder, just trying to paddle and get from A to B. So another thing that I was new at was filming with the GoPro. So I did have the GoPro incorrectly. It's supposed to be like facing down. I know the camera can rotate and adjust, but I just had it in my face. But so I actually get to the lineup, like, of the beginners. The lineup inside where the beginners are, as you can see, there's people surfing here. So I'm like, okay, I am where I need to be. So this is where I'm actually in a location where I could actually fully catch waves. But my knowledge is nothing but stand. The only other thing that I knew that I actually watched a YouTube video on and looked up was how do surfers get through the waves, because I didn't understand how they actually got through waves when they were like big or couldn't catch them. So it was the turtle roll. I learned a turtle roll technique. So that was the one thing I knew. But I knew that it only worked with white water. And so I thought you did it with all white water. And so I'm going to turtle roll a lot of white water I could have used to my advantage as a beginner to get waves, or whitewater waves, I would say. So definitely, if you're a beginner, use that white water, because that white water is your friend. It is something that will let you get used to the speed of the water, speed of waves, the timing, understanding how to really paddle and catch a wave eventually. In this part of the footage, I am now near where the waves are actually breaking. So set waves will come in, and then a set wave comes in actually in this one. And I went for it. Honestly, I was like, this wave looks good. It wasn't a crazy big day. I'm not in a crazy big area in canoes. So I went for it, and I get tossed. Absolutely tossed. Get thrown around first time getting thrown around, really. And I mean, it's from a skating background, it wasn't too terrible at all. But if I was a beginner again, I would definitely tell someone, and I would definitely be less afraid of wiping out, getting tossed by the wave. Like, it happens. It's gonna happen. And it's water. It's, as long as you are cautious of where you are and what's under you and who's near you, it's not bad. It's okay. Another piece of advice that I would give to a beginner, or if I were to start again, is don't care about like what's going on around you, what others think. Like, the beginning stage is probably one of the best points of surfing, even though it's shunned upon, kookism, being a kook, and people scared of that. Like, you can catch all the whitewater waves almost to yourself. Like, you got other beginners who will be there, but all that foam is you. Like, all the inside reforms are you. Like, everyone wants the real wave, and you'll eventually get there, but you can catch a good reform if you really look for it. Like, you really kind of look for it. There's good reforms in there. I'm just getting tossed. I'm just jumping around. I get tossed by a couple. I wasn't really doing anything. I was having a good time, and just being out there. And I think that's another big thing. Just being out in the water is a good thing. I didn't know how to read the waves and timing and swell. So this is low tide, and low tide happens. The locals know, especially if you're a local Hawaiian, you know like when low tide is and when things are gonna happen. You don't need any charts. We now have Surfline and different charts and different things. You can look at it, learn to read those. That's like big. You surf lies will lie to you and tell you something that is not true, because I don't know what their system basis is based off of, but it's not 100% accurate. I'll say that. And my last tip would be just go out and go surf and have fun. You'll always get better the more you surf. I mean, honestly, the more you're out there, the more you surf, you'll just get better as time goes. You'll learn to break. You'll learn a lot. But if you enjoyed this video, I have more footage of, I went out to Hawaii for 3 days to learn how to surf. So I have more footage. If you want to see that, I can give out more advice and things. Please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video.